Okay, hey guys, and welcome to another exciting week at theunderwaterrealm.com. This is week 40, which is something of a milestone. It means we are 9 months into the project. So if you think about it, it actually takes less time to create a fully functional human child. So I'm sure you can appreciate the level of emotional investment as well as time that's gone in from the entire team just to get us this far in the project. But we still have a long old way to go to release in September next year. And what we need is a boost. We need a little bit of a kickstart, and we've had a number of people asking over the last couple of months how they can help, how they can get involved, and we do need your help. We've been rubbing our heads together at this end as to how exactly we can get that push that we need. One of the things that's become most obvious is after all our different underwater filming techniques, and indeed dry for wet techniques, from open ocean to tank-based stuff, quarry-based stuff, and obviously the dry for wet stuff with the wire work, it's become very apparent that in order to do the project justice at the level that it's got to now, we need to do a lot more tank-based scuba work than we had originally anticipated, which is much more expensive. So what we need to do is run a fundraiser. We're going to be using a system called Kickstarter. For those of you that haven't come across Kickstarter before, it's basically a safe way to raise funds on the internet. And the reason it's safe is that you set a budget for exactly how much you want to raise, and you set a deadline for how long you're going to give yourself to get to that point. And it means that if you don't hit that target, if you don't raise as much money as you decide you need to finish the project, then nobody donates anything. All those pledges are cancelled, nobody gets charged, and we don't get any money. And the reason that's so safe is it means that if you have pledged some money towards the project and we don't hit that target, that you aren't charged, you're not billed for investing in half a project. You either get all or nothing, and we get all or nothing, which is, it's a very risky way to work, but it's a way that works really well with us because we're kind of all or nothing filmmakers at the end of the day. That's what the project is all about. So we're going to be using Kickstarter, and rather than going at it with the approach of begging and saying, please, please help, please give us some money, we've been thinking about different ways that we can give something back. And so some of you will be following the blog as a result of the Flows that we manufactured, the LED underwater submersible battery-powered lights. And we've had a number of questions about those and how they're built, where you can get the parts and all this kind of stuff. And we've been helping out where we can. But what we've decided to do is we're actually going to put together a video and a PDF document that will tell you exactly where you can get everything, all the principles involved, all the lessons we've learned the hard way, and specific designs for how you can manufacture your own set of LED submersible Flow lights, and indeed how you can modify them, how you could change them, make them better, and adapt them for different purposes, which is really what we want to see, because we know this lighting system I'm being illuminated with now has a hell of a lot of potential, and we just don't have the time to do this project and to develop it and give it the attention it deserves. So we're hoping that by kind of putting those plans out there, that this thing will grow in a kind of open source way, and that people will start developing new, improved versions of these lights. So it's really exciting from that point of view. The other thing that we're doing for more of the, I guess, the indie film market is we're running off the back of a project we did a couple of years ago called Zomblies. Some of you will have seen it. It's actually on YouTube for free at the moment. It's been up there a couple of months, and it's generated 70,000 views, which we're really, really pleased with because it's an hour long. But it's also coming out on DVD in the UK. It's going to be part of a zombie film box set, which will be coming out at the end of March. What we're actually doing as part of the Kickstarter fundraising is we're going to be giving away DVDs of Zomblies, along with 10 in-depth tutorials on how to make your own killer action movies on a very, very tight budget. So that's going to involve zombie makeup, it's going to involve blood recipes, it's going to involve visual effects, special effects, all this kind of stuff. You can see here some of the quality of Zomblies. For what it is, it's a good bit of fun. It's a B movie, not to be taken too seriously, but it has got some very, very cool effects. So hopefully we'll be kind of giving some of that knowledge away as well. In addition to that, we've got all the traditional trappings. We've got the DVDs and the Blu-rays and the downloads and the merchandise and the engagement with the making of the Underwater Realm and the products themselves when they're finished in September. So there's all that kind of angle as well. There's a whole host of other things, including our sponsors O'Neill have given us a whole load of swag that we're going to be giving away to people as well, which really works from a kind of ocean awareness and water sports point of view. So there's a little bit of something there for everybody. We're going to be going into much more detail when the project is launched, which is going to be the end of November, and it's going to be running all the way through December, right through the holiday season, and culminating at New Year. So a little bit of a New Year's resolution there, when we get hopefully a budget through and we can push forward and finish this project at the level that it needs to be finished. This week's been really, really exciting as well, just to kind of touch on that area because it's been far too cool not to talk about. We've been playing with Tailships. We've been down in a sleepy town called Charlestown in South Cornwall. This is actually where I went to school as a kid, so it's a bit of a blast from the past, but we've been working there with a company called Square Sail. These tall ships that they've got are replicas of authentic tall ships. They do marine coordination and ships for the film and TV industry. They started out, they did 1492 Conquest of Paradise with Ridley Scott. They did all the marine coordination for Saving Private Ryan. They did the Three Musketeers. They did all of the Hornblower series. They're now doing Clash of the Titans. So they're a fantastic group of people with a lot of experience in the film industry. And they're kind of helping us out. They're taking us under their wing a little bit. And they're helping us with 1588, which is the middle of our 5 pieces set in the Spanish Armada, where we're right down in the belly of one of these Spanish galleons. And it's just adding so much production value to the product. It's unbelievable. And that's really the metaphor behind everything we're doing here. We were never intending to shoot this whole project on Epic. We were never intending to have the level of talented people and the level of artistic positivity and creativity that's gone into it so far, and long may it continue. With your help over the next 6 weeks, spreading the word about this Kickstarter campaign, let's really do it all the justice it deserves as we visit the underwater realm and bring it to the screen. So I'm signing off this week, and I'm going to go and carry on with the post-production on our Egypt shoot. I will see you next week at theunderwaterrealm.com.